quite the show. For example, top second, first pitch of the inning, McGriff off Odalis Perez. Yard, his 17th home run of the season, and the Devil Rays at a 1-0 lead. Top three, runner on third. Here's McGriff again. Didn't get all of it, didn't have to. Shoots one to left, drives in Greg Vaughn from third. So for Crime Dog, 2 at-bats, 2 hits, and 2 RBIs. Still in the third, the hometown hero, Brent Abernathy, comes through in a big way. He would drive home John Flaherty. Abernathy left 75 passes for friends and family. Might have been trying to put on a show for him. Got a little greedy, thrown out trying to stretch a single into a double, but he did go 4 for 4. Top 5, McGriff, get out of town, and he means it. Second homer of the game, 18th of the season. Both shots coming off Odalis Perez. Bottom 5, 7-1 Devil Rays. B.J. Surhoff looking to cause some damage with 2 on, but Greg Vaughn, the A effort, and you know that feels good on the real grass for Bobby Cox and Leo Mazzoni. One of those days, actually.
1 man aboard for Derek Jeter. And that's gone. Off Robert Person, 9th on the year for Jeter, a 2-run homer. And the Yankees take to a 2-0 lead. Top second after walking the first 2 batters. Person against his mound counterpart, Andy Pettit. Back to Scott Rowland. Gets the force at third. Scott Brocious is not pleased. Person escapes the inning. Bottom 4, a man on, a man out, Pat Burrell. Bernie Williams lets it go by him. Rowland scores. Burrell goes to third with a triple. Burrell would later score on a sac fly to tie it at 3. Bottom 5, Pettit's pitch goes in and out of Jorge Posada's glove. Pass ball, Jimmy Rollins goes to second. After walking Bobby Abreu, Rowland with a base knock right past Alfonso Soriano. Phillies take to a 4-3 lead. Bottom 7, more problems for Posada. Pettit against Abreu. That'd be another pass ball. Rollins goes to second again. 5 pitches later, Abreu, base knock, brings in Rollins, 5-3 Phillies. Bottom 8, Posada is still struggling. Mark Wohlers is in. Ruled a wild pitch. Travis Lee goes to second. He would later score. 7-3 Phils. Wohlers out. Choate in. Randy's pitch goes off Posada's glove. Third pass ball by Posada. And some folks shaking their heads. That's Don Zimmer saying to Joe Torre, a former catcher himself, 4 pass balls, actually 3 pass balls for Posada. Phillies win this one 9-3. Phillies bullpen didn't allow a run over the final 4 innings. Yankees have dropped 3 of 4 since the All-Star break, causing Torre to call a 25-minute closed-door clubhouse meeting.
4-3 Boston, 2 on, 2 out for Brian Dahlback, and he turned on that one, taking Mike Thurman into the right center field gap. That would score Manny Ramirez. Chris Steins, who had himself a ball game coming around to score, and the Red Sox had themselves a 6-3 lead. 6-3, same inning. Hideo Nomo, the pitcher. Line drive, base hit in the right center. Here's Dahlback being waved home plate at the plate. Michael Barrett catches it and catches Dahlback and hangs on. One tough catcher. Dahlback gave him everything he had. Barrett absorbs the shot and hangs on. You know they love that in Montreal. He would stay in the game. Masato Yoshii in relief against Chris Steins. Get out of town. A 2-run shot. Second homer of the game for Steins. 6th of the season. 8-5 Boston. Here's El Guapo. Remember Rich Garces told not to swing at anything in New York. Not to swing or offer would be a good idea here, too. With 1 on and 1 out, gets the bunt down, but right back to the mound, to third for 1, to first for the other. Double play, inning over. He's now 0 for 3 in his career. Bottom 9, 2 on, 2 out. Vladimir Guerrero representing the tying run, not anymore. Derek Lowe blows it by him, threat over, game over. Boston victorious, 8-5. Wasn't a home game for the Sox, but it seemed that way. 33,000 fans on hand.
Ichiro. Get your Ichiros here. Luis Gonzalez wants one.
You're going to order a couple itchy rolls, Randy, before you leave here, a couple itchy rolls?
It's not itchy, it's Ichiros. Luis Gonzalez first, top of the first, Mark Grace off Aaron Seeley. Ichiro plays the carom, hits the cutoff man John Olerud, and Gonzo is Gonzo. Bottom 1, Edgar Martinez at first. He would pull up lane with a strained left quad. He would be pinch hit for later in the game. Top 3, Craig Counsell. The comebacker, and Aaron Seeley out of self-defense. Bottom three, M's up 1-0, 2 outs, 2 men aboard. Brett Moon batting .327. Brings in Mark McLemore. M's up 2-0. Top four, Luis Gonzalez comes calling, and Seeley rings him up. A pitch that Gonzo did not like. Scott Podsednik, his first major league at bat, his first major league hit. A triple clears the bases. It's 7-0 Seattle. Top eight, 2 outs. Seeley walk 1, struck out 5. Gets Steve Finley with a nasty hook. He set down 20 in a row. 8-0 the final. M's improved to 16-4 in Aaron Seeley's starts this year. First career 2-hitter, 7th shutout. Ichiro 0 for 5, hitless in his last 13 at-bats. Gonzo goes 0 for 4. Arizona has dropped 6 of 8 overall.
So Gonzalez takes the collar. What about Barry and the Giants? Taking on the Rangers. Giants were down 3-0. Darren Oliver to Sean Dunston. Dunston can still go big fly. It's his 4th home run of the year. That would tie the game at 3. Bottom of the 3rd, still tied at 3. Here's Livan Hernandez pitching, and A-Rod is hitting. Alex Rodriguez deep to right. Will the ballpark hold it? No. 26th home run for A-Rod, and the Rangers take a 4-3 lead. Top 5s, here's Bonds with a man on, and he'll be on himself. Takes ball 4, works out the walk. Next batter's Jeff Kent with Rich Aurelia on second, and Bonds at first. Kent shoots one to right, gets by Ricky Leday. Didn't take the proper angle on that one. Scores Aurelia and Bonds. Kent ends up on second. Giants cut the lead to 6-5. Giants down 6-5, top 6 with 2 on. Ramon Martinez finds the gap. That would score Benito Santiago from second. And the Giants come all the way back.
With 1 out. And
Calvin Murray ropes the single to left. JT Snow would score from third, and the Giants have their first lead at 7-6. 2 batters later, here's the big guy with another chance. Barry, did he get all of it? You know, I've been saying this for years. Bonds has warning track power.
Yeah, say it to his face.
Barry takes the collar in this one as well. Bottom 9, Rob Nen on for the save with 2 men on. And Mike Lamb flies out to Barry to end it, and the Giants win 7-6. Just their 3rd.
Star Joe Mays on the mound, 3-0 with an ERA just over 2 in his last 3 outings. His first career start against the Cardinals. Looking good, getting Ray Langford. Struck out the side in the first. Cardinals with 2 men aboard for Placido Polanco. Against Joe Mays, Dustin Hermanson would score on the bloop. Cards up 1-0. 3 batters later, 2-0 Cards. Albert Pujols, the All-Star, been struggling a little bit. 2 men aboard, base knock. McGuire goes to 3rd. Polanco scores. Pujols goes into 2nd with a double. Cardinals up 3-0. Pujols has 68 RBIs. Next batter is Ray Langford. Back through the box, McGuire scores, as does Pujols. Cards up 5-0. 38 RBIs for Langford on the season. Top 7, still 5-0 Cards. 2 men aboard. Dustin Hermanson against Matt Lawton in getting the whiff. Hermanson, 7 innings, 4 Ks. Cards with a victory. Cards inch back to the 500 mark by handing the Twins just their 4th loss in the last 19 games. Hermanson wins for the first time in a month. He's allowed only 3 earned runs in his last 3 starts.
Indians and Astros, bottom 5. There's the Tribe starter Jake Westbrook trying to maintain a 1-1 tie, but having some control issues. Just ask Craig Biggio. Hit him in the elbow and walks the next batter, Julio Lugo, 1st and 2nd. And from the here's something you don't see every day department to Jeff Bagwell. Westbrook hits it off the plate, bounces up in the air, and both runners advance. Westbrook would intentionally walk Bagwell to load him up, and that would bring up Darrell Ward. Ward wraps one through the hole in the right. Biggio comes home to score on the RBI single. Ward went 2 for 4, and the Stros at a 2-1 lead. 3 batters later, it's 3-1. Vinny Castilla, base hit to left. Bagwell comes home. Here's Ward trying to score, but he's nailed at the plate. Astros score 3 in the 5th to open up a 4-1 lead. Top 6 running around the corners for Kenny Lofton with 1 out. Looks like a double play ball. You never assume the double play, especially with Lofton running, and that allows Juan Gonzalez to come in from 3rd innings, cut the lead to 4-3. Here's Moises Alou trying to keep a hitting streak alive and trying to keep this game away from the Indians. Alou turning on one and the 19th home run of the season. The Astros win 5-3. It's a career-high 20-game hitting streak for Lou, the second longest streak in the National League this season. Teammate Lance Berkman had his 21-gamer snapped on Thursday. Berkman did not start in this one. He was used as a pinch hitter. Houston's won 10 of 13. Cleveland's dropped 10 of 16.
Let's go to Wrigley, the Cubs and Royals, and you're looking at maybe the most underrated player in the National League this year. Looking for his 12th win. That's the All-Star John Lieber. Getting Jermaine Dye. Bottom 4. 2-minute board. 1 out. Matt Stairs facing Paul Bird. Mike Sweeney throws home, gets Eric Young in a rundown. Brent Maine waits too long to throw it back to third, hits Joe Randa in the face. Young is safe and would later score on a sac fly. Bottom 6, 2 men on for Ron Coomer. A little flare. Delino DeShields scores. Second RBI of the game for Coomer. Top 7, Lieber facing Luis Aliceo. Bases loaded, 1 out. Base knock, scores Carlos Beltran. Sammy Sosa's throw will hold. Brent Maine at third. Royals hold to within 1. Same inning, Kyle Farnsworth now in. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And Mike Sweeney ends the threat with a pop to Coomer at third. Top 8 still 2-1. Carlos Beltran facing Jeff Fassero with 2 outs. And Beltran smokes one to deep center, but the wind will keep this one in the ballpark. Junior makes the grab, and the Cubs win it. Lieber has won 6 consecutive starts and is 9-1 in his last 10 starts.
Uniforms. The Blue Jays wore Chatham All-Star unis. Top of the second, Carlos Delgado facing Rick Reed. Delgado, the comebacker. The reflexes working just fine. Top 3, Shannon Stewart facing Reed. Grounder, smoked to short Ray Ordonez. His reflexes always work. And the throw. And Ordonez gets his man. Bottom 5, Mike Piazza against Chris Mahalik with 1 on. Piazza, get out of town, a home run. Did not get the cycle, no triple, but he picks up his 23rd home run. And the Mets win 6-2. Mets win for the 4th time in 6 games. Junior's last trip to South Florida, a photo of Cal Sr., but it wasn't Cal Jr.'s day on the diamond. Doesn't like the 3rd strike call from the home plate umpire, Alfonso Marquez. His hitting streak would end today at 15 games. Later, Mike Hargrove would question the strike zone. But Marquez had some problems of his own. What's the count? How about 2 balls and no strikes? Top of the 7th, hiding behind the mask. 2-0 Marlins. Nobody out and 2 on for the Orioles. Tony Batista's hit goes off Matt Clemens' glove. Alex Gonzalez, the barehanded play to get him at first. Florida would give up only 1 run that inning. Bottom 7, Florida busting it open. Mike Lowell. 2-run jack off Chad Paronto. Lowell's 12th homer capped a 5-run 7th, and the Fish win 7-1. Lowell's
Hadn't lasted more than 6 innings since his neck injury a month ago. Looked good here to end the 3rd. Bottom 4, Brown against Jack Wilson. And getting the strikeout, the 2,000th of his career. Later in the 4th, Brown would deliver an awkward pitch, or at least it certainly appeared that way. He would leave after the 5th with a strained elbow. The wild pitch gets away from LaDuca. Brian Giles scores from 3rd. Top 6, 3-1 Dodgers. Sean Green leading off for L.A. And it's gone. 22nd on the year. This one off Jason Schmidt. Dodgers win this one 4-2. The Pirates have been held to an average of 2 runs in their last 12 games. Green, who went 0 for 7 Saturday night, went 2. Holt coming off his shortest outing of the season, facing Ken Griffey Jr., 5th of the year. Career homer number 443 for Jr., 3-0 Reds. Top 9 Tigers down 5-4, and Detroit trying to rally. Bobby Higginson sitting dead red, and it's gone. Tigers take their first lead of the game, 7-5. But they're not done. Next batter, Rob Fick. That'd be back-to-back jacks, and Detroit goes up 8-5. Tigers go on to win it by that count. The Reds bullpen hasn't had a save at Synergy Field since May 1st. Junior's 5th homer of the season was his first since June 30th. Anderson gets the save. Blair his first win of the season.
Tony Gwynn honored before the game. Padres and the Angels. Anaheim doing their thing. Bottom 6, Brian Lawrence pitching to Troy Glaus, and Lawrence strikes him out swinging. Lawrence struck out Glaus 3 times. Padres down 1-0. Phil Nevin, the drive to left. Garrett Anderson will give it the effort. Leaps up high and got a piece of the off his mitt But the home run for Nevin is 24th and tied at 1. Later in the second, D'Angelo Jimenez. Base hit to right would score Bubba Trammell. Makes it 3-1 Padres. They scored 5 runs in the 7th. Here's Lawrence. Bottom 9 looking for the complete game. Gets Scott Spezio looking his second major league victory. San Diego improves to 5-1 in Anaheim all time.
In the Rockies, Jason Giambi against Brian Bohannon and Dead Central. Number 22 on the year for the reigning American League MVP, tied at 1. Top 3 still tied at 1. Nefi Perez.
What are you doing? He said, well, I can't.
Little flare, and Johnny Damon comes out of nowhere and makes the grab to end the inning. Bottom 8 for 3 A's, Terrence Long. Todd Helton gets the force at second. Juan Aceveda drops the relay throw. That would have ended the inning. Next batter, Miguelte. To Todd Walker at second, and he loses it in the sun. Everybody's safe. Then it's Jeremy Giambi, little G.
This one should be caught.
Got sawed off. In fact, you can hear the announcer saying that should have been caught. Greg Norton drives, misses. 2-run score. A's pick up the victory by the final of 6-3. That's 6 wins in the last 7 games for the A's. Rockies have dropped 19 of their last 23. Corey Lytle won his second straight, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits over